Welcome back into another edition of Extra Credit for PGA Tour University. I'm Whitney Hayworth, thrilled to be joined this week by Clemson Tiger Jacob Bridgeman. Jacob, you've had an exciting and successful week this past week, as have the Clemson Tiger golf team. Two separate events, though, and we're going to cover both. And I want to start with you as an individual. So you went 19 under at a PGA Tour Canada qualifying tournament to get fully exempt into PGA Tour Canada's season next season. Walk us through that event and how that went for you, especially looking into that third round 65.
Right. I kind of went down to the event, planned on playing because of where I was ranked in the PGA Tour U. Obviously, the top 15 gets you the same status that I achieved, but it kind of worked as a safety precaution. And so I went down with the intent of, trying to earn my status as if I didn't have anything else, and tried to go win a golf tournament and end up doing that. And that third round, it was kind of split over 2 days, but the third round helped a lot. I played 13 holes the first day and was 7 under through 10, and then had to go out and finish that morning. But that third round was definitely the key.
And you just touched on it, obviously, the rewards that you can get through the PGA Tour University program. And there are so many different routes that you can go. Obviously, 1 through 5 get that Korn Ferry Tour exemption, 6 through 15 an international tour, which now you have done, but you still have so much more to play for at this point. So when you think of all those different opportunities and what this PGA Tour University program allows you to do, what first comes to mind?
Yeah, it's great that they introduced this program a few years back. I was really excited to hear about it because we kind of thought right out of college is really hard for the top guys to get started, and you almost had to get lucky to get out there really fast. So these rankings that were the top 5 gives you Korn Ferry status for the rest of the year. That's huge. And then even the 6 through 15, you get somewhere to play over the start of the summer, get your career going and work up the ranks. So I'm really grateful for the PGA Tour U starting, and I'm excited to see if I can sneak into the top 5.
And when you think back to a couple of years ago when these opportunities weren't there, and when you first started hearing about this program and what may be ahead for you, how did you kind of navigate those waters to realize, okay, I want to stay in school, I want to go after this, as opposed to potentially turning pro and going other routes?
Right. I started my career with the intention of getting my degree, and with the PGA Tour U being introduced, that plan kind of went to 4 years. I was going to do 4 years anyway, but I got a little ahead on school, so I could have gone early based on how I was playing. But when it was introduced, it was an easy decision to stay all 4 years, play as well as I can, get ranked as high as I can. So that made that decision that was already made a whole lot easier.
Now that's enough about the future of your professional career. Let's talk a little bit about your current status right here. Now, obviously, you had this Q School event last week, but your team also won the Wake Forest Invitational. You had 2 teammates win co-medalist honors. What did it mean to see your team get that victory, even though you weren't there in that lineup?
Yeah, I was super excited for them. I was checking the scores every 15 minutes while I was down in Dothan, but I was kind of worried. I wouldn't necessarily say worried, but I was kind of, I like to be in control of things. That's why I like golf. I like individual sport. So not being there to help out was nerve-wracking for me. But when I started seeing the scores, they were playing super well. Carter filled my spot and finished, I think, T6. So that was great. They played wonderful. And then both my roommates tied for co-champion. So I was super happy for them, super proud of them.
Now, both your roommates tied for co-champion. What's going on then there in that apartment? How do you all kind of mesh together and build each other up then out there on the course?
We have a really good relationship. We're all best friends. And so living together, we pretty much spend all our time together, from living together to practice to traveling on the road, eating our meals. So I think excellence breeds excellence. So us being together, it kind of just pushes each other to be better.
Now we're sitting here Mid to late March. Conference championships are right around the corner, more or less. So for when you look at the rest of your season with Clemson and that conference championship, obviously then hopefully NCAAs, what can we expect from the Tigers?
I think we're going to make a great run. We kind of struggled in the fall, getting our feet back under us. We lost Turk, we lost William, that were both starters and great leaders. So I think we kind of struggled to start trying to figure out who we're going to fill the spots. And what we've always said is we want to peak at the right time. And we're kind of on the uptrend now, and hopefully we can start peaking and play really well at the end of the season, make a good run.
Like you said, you want to peak at the right time. So for you individually, how do you stay where your feet are and concentrate with the event at hand, be it a Q school event or a collegiate event?
Yeah, I've always been one to not really look too much in the future, stay in the present and kind of focus on the task at hand. So that's kind of my outlook on it. I'm just going to stay focused on what I can do now. Obviously, when I turn pro, there'll be bigger things at stake. But for now, we're going to focus on team first and see if we can go out and win some events, maybe win some individual events, and then see if we can back up our win last year at ACC Championship again this year. We're playing a good course. We played 2 weeks ago down there at Shark's Tooth in Panama City. So we're excited to see if we can take it on again and then go into regionals and hopefully national championship and see how we can do.
Well, Jacob, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me today. Congratulations on the PGA Tour Canada fully exempt season that you have coming up. A lot more to play for, as we talked about. So who knows where you may end up after your collegiate career, but we certainly look forward to what's to come the rest of the spring. Best of luck to you and the Clemson Tigers.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you having me.